Invite a Budget Blinds style consultant to show you how to transform your rooms just by changing your window coverings. Canada's #1 choice for window coverings. Visit budgetblinds.ca today.
And Moses joins us on the desk with sports, and the Border City Blue Jays and the Lloydminster Twins just can't get enough of each other.
It's like us. We're here with you guys, the viewers. As much as you want to or not, we're going to be here 5 days of the week. So get used to it. And I guess it was one of those things with these two teams. They've seen each other quite a bit. Playoffs, regular seasons, you name it. It just seems weird that all 3 meetings have happened in the last, I guess, 4 weeks. And this will be the final time in this regular season. And the Birds, they want to sweep this series, already taking the first 2 games. Up here, Jason Fechter on the hill for the Jays. Great punch out there. Fechter's 8th K, or one of his 8 Ks on the night, I should say. The top of the second we go. Jays will get into the run column in the big way. Steve Lotta smashes one to right over the fence for another solo shot. His 2nd home run in as many games. And boy, oh boy, he is definitely hot right now. That is definitely a great shot, and we'll see him trot around the bases and give him some love. How about we move to the 5th inning now? Still 1-0 Jays. They break this one wide open. It's going to be an error by Steve Barber that allows Curry Carlson to score all the way from first as he hustles around the bases. It'll be 4-0 now when Clayton Ermel is up at the dish. He'll hit a routine foul ball. However, Brett Kostasky can't squeeze it, giving Ermel a second life as the Twins would make 5 errors in the inning alone. Next pitch, Ermel makes them pay, laces one up the middle, cashing in 2 runs, giving the Jays a 6-0 lead. We'll go to the bottom of 5 now. Owen Hill breaking the shutout with a blooper to center. That will score Dirk Treptow from second. The Twins would add another. They'd still be down 9-2 at that point. The Jays would win this one by a score of 14-3, sweeping the season series. We'll now go to get some post-game reaction from Clayton Ermel himself, who had a great night at the plate.
I haven't hit a whole lot. I've been pitching and not hitting. So tonight felt all right. I had a couple hits that dropped in, but I had an all right night, I guess.
Other scores from last night: the Unity Cardinals were at home against the Immaculate Lakers. The Cardinals edging out the Lakers in a nail-biter 9-8. North Battleford's woes continue as they lose to the Wilkie Brewers 7-2. The Brewers are back to 500 ball after losing 3 straight to start the year. And wrapping it all up, the Edam Blue Sox were taking on the Standard Hill Lakers. The Lakers coming off their first loss of the season. They're able to get back into the win column as well in a big way. 12-6 was the final. After a weekend off, the Wagon Boxes and Thoroughbreds are taking over the Dewberry Sports Grounds this weekend for the 2nd event on the CPCA season. Now, for one, driver has been waiting a very long time for this race and finally gets his season underway. Ross Fisher of Meadow Lake took a year off of racing after an unfortunate accident and will return tonight. Brett Morton reports.
Yeah, sitting there watching last week, it's like, oh, there's your puppy, you can have it next week. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. We hooked 2 outfits this morning and we hooked 2 the other day, and feeling good, yeah.
Fisher took a year off to rebuild and spend some much needed time with his family.
Yeah, it made me refocus. You got to concentrate on the small things, like take care of the horses and the little things, and don't let all the other stuff bother you. Just go and do your thing and race and take care of the horses.
In the off-season, Ross broke his leg in a freak accident at work. Taking time off to heal his injury, he needed a lot of help to make sure his horses were ready for the upcoming season.
One day of training, and if it wasn't for Logan and Cassidy, my stepdaughter, and a young guy that travels with us, I wouldn't have had much training in them. They did a lot for me this spring, and Becky and my wife helps out lots too. So Tanya is definitely an asset to the whole operation. So.
During the races, Fisher has an air boot and wraps his foot up to protect himself from further injury. In Battleford, his outfit was drove by another driver and he liked how his horses performed.
Well, my outfit ran really well last weekend. I had a good friend of mine, Chance Bensmiller, drove for me, and so I'm hoping to keep it going. They made quite a drastic improvement from the first night to the last, so just keep it going.
Fisher is hoping to shake off the rust since he hasn't raced in over a year.
I'm hoping to pick it up. I'm pretty optimistic, but I guess there's always that keeping yourself sharp. You know, these guys have been driving, and I haven't drove much since the Lloyd finals 2 years ago. Like this spring, I one day of training in when I broke my leg, so I haven't really drove at all until 2 weeks ago in Battleford. So it definitely feels good to get back in the box and give her.
He also has high hopes for this season.
Oh, definitely. I definitely want to be in the top 10. You know, it'd be nice to run for that truck at the end of the year. So I think I got the horsepower to do it now. We rebuilt and some really good horses, and they're running and working well. So I guess we'll see. It's a long season yet.
Brett Morton, Newcap Sports.
To lacrosse now, the Vermillion Roar have had an incredible start to the Rocky Mountain Junior B season. They have a record of 10-1. And this weekend will feature a pair of games against teams on the opposite side of the spectrum. Now the Roar are in Edmonton tonight to face the 2-9 Blues, then play the Westlock Rock Sunday, a team that's just behind Vermillion in the standings. Now during the week, the emphasis has been playing better defense to avoid lulls that have crept up in their game recently.
You can't go in thinking it's a gimme. We're missing Matt McMinnis is on suspension right now, unfortunately. So he's not going to be there. I know we're missing one of our defensive guys. I still say you can't look at it as anything is a sure thing, you know what I mean? So, and you try to motivate the guys to think the same way. I mean, it is difficult because you hear the talk that, you know, they're going to win, it's easy, whatever, but you still can't let them think that way.
These are two must-win games, absolutely. We want to go into playoffs at least first place, sure, first or second. With our goaltending, he's stepped it up big in big games like that, and then it carries over to our offense guys, and we score goals, so that's what we do.
Talk about scoring goals. Now, one key factor to the Roar's success has been their offense. 156 goals have been scored in just 11 games this season. More than half of them have come from this dynamic duo.
For brothers Kagan and Colby Bowman, scoring goals is in their DNA.
Me and my brothers have always had chemistry, so it makes it a lot easier on me, I guess. He scores, I'll assist a few is.
I can just find him out on the court, no problem. He's always there in those same spots. You know, it's just, we always mesh together.
Their skill sets complement one another.
He likes to roll in as tight as he can and shoot right on top of the crease, where I just kind of power my way through.
Only 160, but I can pack a lot of heat, I guess.
Older brother Kagan stands at 6'2" and weighs 220 pounds, while younger brother Colby is 5'11" and a paltry 160. However, their combination has made them one of the deadliest forces in the league. Kagan leads the way with 40 goals, while Colby isn't too far behind with 32, even though Colby is more known as the goal scorer.
Usually I'm the one who's scoring more goals, but he's got more than me this year, but that's good to see.
And that suits Colby just fine, as they both know their strengths.
Colby's always been a better lacrosse player than I have, so I give him a tough time.
Yeah, probably have an advantage over me in hockey, that's for sure, but I don't know. Other than that, I can't really think of anything.
The two have combined for 72 of the 156 goals thus far for the team, and they are on pace to break last year's totals of 126 and 106 points, respectively. But if there's one thing they'd like to do before the end of the year, it's win a title together.
I want to savor every moment I can. Like my last 2 years, I'm not gonna have him to get him that ball, or he's not gonna be able to pass it to me. So I want to make sure I can get as much games in as possible.
It's my last year too, so I'd like to win league. It's all I'm really focused on. My brother and the rest of the guys out here.
Over to girls softball now. It's taking over Legion Ballpark as 32 teams will be playing here for the All-Star Weekend.
It's nice for kids to get that kind of recognition, and a lot of them put in a lot of time and a lot of work. You know, outside the summer seasons, it's really become a 12-month sport for a lot of people. So, you know, a lot of those kids are the ones that end up getting recognized in these types of things, of course.
The teams include two from Lloydminster, the Blues and the Rebels, as well as teams from around Alberta and Saskatchewan, and these games count towards the standings.
After this weekend, everyone will have about 2 games left in the regular season, so it's a really important weekend, you know, as far as who's going to win pennants for their divisions this year. So, you know, it's definitely competitive. I mean, everyone tries to keep things fun too. It's minor ball, right? But no, everyone comes out here to win.